Happy Valentine's. I'm J.R. Sullivan, and this is From the Outlaw of Loch Len by Jeremiah Joseph Callanan. 'Tis down by the lake, where the wild tree fringes its sides, the maid of my heart, my fair one of heaven, resides. I think as at eve she wanders its mazes among, the birds go to sleep by the sweet wild twist of her song.
Small spaces of silence in between borrowed breaths. Arms tighten at the whisper of a name. All the words of the heart, the unanswered questions, are at this moment blue rolling waves. Belonging.
If there be aught beneath the skies, whose vision I most dearly prize, sweetest lady, 'tis thine eyes. If there be aught on earth that's fair, for which most tenderly I care, sweetest lady, 'tis thy hair. If aught doth my poor heart beguile, of which I dream the day's whole while, sweetest lady, 'tis thy smile.
Willie, it is not in a week but in a day that I am writing you. I had such a wonderful experience last night that I must know at once if it affected you and how. For above all, I don't want to do anything which will take you from your work or make working more arduous. That play is going to be a wonderful thing and must come first. Nothing must interfere with it. Last night, all my household had retired at 11:15, and I thought I would go to you astrally. It was not working hours for you, and I thought by going to you, I might even be able to leave with you some of my vitality and energy, which would make working less of a toil next day. I had seen the day before, when waking from sleep, a curious, somewhat Egyptian form floating over me, like in the picture of Blake, the soul leaving the body. It was dressed in moth-like garments, and had curious wings edged with gold, in which it could fold itself up. I had thought it was myself, a body in which I could go out into the astral, and at 11:15 last night, I put on this body, and thought strongly of you, and desired to go to you. We went somewhere in space, I don't know where. I was conscious of starlight and of hearing the sea below us. You had taken the form, I think, of a great serpent, but I am not quite sure. I only saw your face distinctly, and as I looked into your eyes, as I did the day in Paris, you asked me what I was thinking of, and your lips touched mine. We melted into one another till we formed only one being, a being greater than ourselves, who felt all and knew all with double intensity. The clock striking 11 broke the spell, and as we separated, it felt as if life was being drawn away from me through my chest with almost physical pain. I went again, twice. Each time it was the same. Each time I was brought back by some light noise in the house. Then I went upstairs to bed, and I dreamed of you, confused dreams of ordinary life, We were in Italy together. I think this was from some word in your letter which I had read again before sleeping. We were quite happy, and we talked of this wonderful spiritual vision I have described. You said it would tend to increase physical desire. This troubles me a little, for there was nothing physical in that union. Material union is but a pale shadow compared to it. Write to me quickly, and tell me if you know anything of this, and what you think of it. And if I may come to you again like this. I shall not until I hear from you. My thought with you always, Maud.
These words in Latin to his wife, just minutes before he passed, swept everything else away in their wake. These words say so much more than their English translation. Do not be afraid. These words reflect a soul facing into gathering dark, clinging to the brink, who chooses in these last moments to reach back and comfort his beloved. I believe they achieve what so many seek but consider impossible. For those who have loved and lost, to me, these words cross the void and breach the infinite silence of bereavement, whispering over and again, do not be afraid. I can see the light ahead. I will wait for you there. These words, therefore, to me, are the profoundest poetic utterance of love.
You don't love someone for their clothes or their looks or their fancy car, but because they sing a song only you can hear.
If you do not love me, I shall not be loved. If I do not love you, I shall not love.
If we become separated from each other this evening, try to remember the last time you saw me and go back and wait for me there. I promise I won't be very long, though I am haunted by the feeling that I might keep missing you, with the noise of the city growing too loud and the day burning out so quickly. But let's just say it's as good a plan as any. Just once. Let's imagine a word for the memory that lives beyond the body, that circles and sets all things alight. For I have singled you out from the whole world, and I would, even as this darkness is falling, even when the night comes where there are no more words, and the day comes where there is no more light.
To think, I must be alone. To love, we must be together. I think I love you when I'm alone, more than I think of you when we're together. I cannot think without loving, or love without thinking. Alone, I love to think of us together. Together, I think I'd love to be alone. Happy Valentine's Day.
The pale moon was rising above the green mountain. The sun was declining beneath the blue sea, when I strayed with my love to the pure crystal fountain that stands in the beautiful vale of Tralee. She was lovely and fair as the rose of the summer, yet was not her beauty alone that won me. Oh no, 'twas the truth in her eyes ever dawning that made me love Mary, the rose of Tralee.
Percy, golden-hearted boy, in the heyday of his joy, left his new-made bride and chose the steep way that honour goes. Took for his the deathless song of the love that knows no wrong. Could I love thee, dear, so true, were not honour more than you?
When the night stirred at sea, and the fire brought a crowd in, they say that her beauty was music in mouth, and few in the candlelight thought her too proud. For the house of the planter is known by the trees. Men that had seen her drank deep and were silent. The women were speaking wherever she went, as a bell that is rung, or a wonder told shyly. And oh, she was the Sunday in every week.
Last night, in strange fields as I roved, such a vision I passed on my way. A young woman so fair to behold, that in seconds my heart was astray. Oh, she reached out a welcoming hand, but I knew that it never could be. And before I could kiss her sweet lips, she had vanished forever from me.